management to share something about karma. And I think that majority of you, maybe about 99% of you, already understand the term karma. I'm hearing this word for the first time, karma. Raise up your hand. So everybody knows about karma. So we are dealing with a very familiar topic. First of all, my name is Vasudev. I have been serving in this movement for 40 years as a brahmachari. And initially I was in New Jersey. Originally I was born in Nigeria. I met devotees of ISKCON in Nigeria. And I got invited by professors in America to come for presentations at their conferences in 2004. And I came and ended up being in America on the request of some devotees to stay around to help in corporate preaching and academic preaching, because I have a PhD in applied management and decision sciences. So, the idea is whatever skills you have, Prabhupada says, dovetail it in Krishna consciousness. And those are some of the things I've been doing over the years. And in terms of karma, sometimes we feel very bad that someone is asking Krishna to give me this, give me that. And we say, but this is not pure devotional service. Sometimes we chastise people when they have a particular desire. But this is not pure devotional service. We want you to understand pure devotional service and give up your desires. But Krishna says, no problem. Whatever desires you have, no problem. Akarma Sava Kama Va, Moksha Kama Dharati, Timuna Bhakti Yogina, Yachate, Purusampara. He said, come to me. You have all types of, desire. You don't have any desire. You are already liberated. He said, come to me. Come to me. So, work, service to Krishna has to be done. Work has to be done. Otherwise, what? What does work do? It binds us to this material world. Oh, yeah. So, we'll share some few things about karma, work, and how to proceed on with what we're doing to be able to dovetail those works in Krishna consciousness. Lord Krishna, he says, work actually binds us to this world, because we're interested in doing some work with the idea that we get some results. Nobody is actually nobody is so much keen about work without getting some reward. We'll work because we anticipate we will get some reward. And so, the idea of working to get some reward is a good thing, because the reward keeps body and soul together. In fact, in this world, the higher skills you have, you could get a very good job, you work less, you get more money, then you have time for yourself, you have more time for your family, you have more time for Krishna. If you don't have the skills, you may stand in the mall for 12 hours, and even when you come back home to chant Hare Krishna, could be a problem. Correct? Because the body will be weak. And the next day will be a struggle to go to work, because the body is over labor. So, idea of work should not encourage people to just ignore the idea that we could develop skills in a workplace to be able to become better workers and better servants of our families. Can you imagine someone works so hard, and when he comes back from work, he does not have time, he doesn't have this stamina, he doesn't have the emotional courage to give quality time to the family. So the purpose of the work may be something amazing, good money. But then, no family member simply wants only money, they also want your quality time. For instance, if you have a wife, you have money, you have a wife. You work so hard, you bring millions of dollars you give your wife millions of dollars every month. And you don't give your wife quality time. You don't give your children quality time. It's a matter of time. The marriage is already broken. The relationship is already fractured. Because no one is just interested in being around to be fed with money, and they are not shown some sense of love. So yeah, work is a good thing. But how do you dovetail work to be able, or how do you manage your work and family? It's called a common terminology in management science, we call it work-life balance. So, we engage in some work. It's a good thing because the work brings money. What type of work you're doing, that is another question. If someone is involved or is doing some job that has to do what is described as ugracamic activity. Ugracamic activity means works that are really very, very destructive. Destructive work, destructive adventures. Like someone may develop a bomb. Someone may even have a PhD in nuclear chemistry and develop a bomb. It doesn't work. But what is the objective of that work? To destroy. And so, we don't condemn work because Krishna mentions in the Gita, in chapter 3, he mentioned that even the great souls in show example by working. You have to do your prescribed work. And sometimes in India, it's a common philosophy, work is worship. Work is not worship. Work, we dovetail our work. If we dovetail the work in Krishna consciousness, is worship. If the work is simply meant for gratification of our sensory modalities and the mind, it becomes ugracamic because it's going to bring us back to this material world. Therefore, we need to understand that the Krishna consciousness movement, Prabhupada established this movement to encourage. How many people know about that? People know in general the type of works that we can just immediately sustain our existence, feed our bellies. But, a number of people don't know the transcendental type of work that exists. So, Prabhupada mentioned in the Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion that, in fact, in Nectar of Devotion it is stated that everybody who comes to Krishna consciousness has done some type of devotional service in their previous life. They've done some work for Krishna. They didn't complete it. And so in this life is the continuation of where we left behind, where we left from past life. So the intelligent person, like the Bible says, it may have all types of desires or no desires. An intelligent person engages in work in Krishna consciousness that helps in leveraging society. And that's why you find some people, they give their life. Some of Prabhupada's disciples, they work so hard. And that's why you see this Jagannath temple came up. They worked so hard to establish this movement with Srila Prabhupada. They will go into even in the snow, they will go out to distribute books. They enlighten people about the ultimate purpose of human life. So that people don't simply think that the work they are doing to maintain their bellies is the ultimate goal of life. And that is how Krishna consciousness spread all over the world. So there is transcendental work, and there is mundane work. Mundane karma is simply about working to be able to accumulate results for a future tomorrow. And then, if even we die, we come back again to this material world to reap the result. Therefore, you see, some people, they wonder. I remember the case of this Massachusetts rabbi. A rabbi is like a Swami who gave their whole life. The difference is that they're married, but they gave their whole life for religious purpose, for living in society, for teaching the gospel. So this Massachusetts rabbi, he gave birth to a child. And the child was infected with progeria. Progeria is a type of disease that the child grows so rapidly, so speedily. By 15 years, they are already old and wane, and they run down, right? Die. So he had this type of experience. He thought, what a minute, what is this? He wrote a book. Why bad things happen to good people. He thought, I'm a good guy. My karma, I did all type of works to liberate society. I don't merit this. I don't merit this type of experience. That book became the bestseller. Became a bestseller in that year. And because people don't know in general the different type or stages of karma, that women perform some activities and we repeat the results now. Our birth is a result of ripe, fructified activities from past life. We are born with a baggage of happiness and distress. And so the things that we're experiencing now is mature karma. There are some of the karma that is in the seed-like state. It has not even sprouted.